Welcome to Kofo Wilderness area here in Arizona. Today on Kitchen Hui, we've got quite the eclectic mixture of oysters on the half shell and cheese fondue. Hey, welcome. Rick here from Kitchen Hui. Welcome to my channel. After 11 years of living aboard a sailboat, I sold the boat, and in 2017 I got a brand new Sprinter cargo van, which I've been working on turning into a camper. I spend part of the year in Maine and the rest of the year traveling around our country from coast to coast. I use the van on extended ski trips as well as mountain biking trips. The van has worked out awesome. I really enjoy it. And I've really enjoyed cooking in the van. I've been making lots of meals and it's been a great setup. So I want to share these adventures and my cooking with you. So come on along and join me as we explore our amazing country and enjoy some great meals. The hardest part about making oysters on the half shell is opening the buggers up. They're not the easiest thing to do. So here's how I'll show you how to do this. To open the oyster, it's a little bit tricky. It's called actually shucking the oyster. But you need a pointy, sharp knife, and you're going to work it into the back end of the oyster carefully. Notice I'm wearing gloves. So once you get it open, you want to scrape the muscle tissue from the top of one of the shells, and then carefully scoop underneath the bottom to break the muscle tissue, not really destroying the oyster body itself. And then these smelled really good and fresh. So I'll continue that for all four. It's really hard initially to just get that knife in the back, which actually, the harder it is, typically means the fresher they are. If it's really easy to get that thing in there and boom, they pop right open, it means they're weak and they're probably old. So these are telling me, hey, these are probably good fresh oysters. There are warm water oysters and cold water oysters. Get cold water oysters. So these oysters I got at the local Smith's here. They're from Willapa Bay in Washington, which is actually the largest estuary producing oyster region in the U.S. right now. So once you have the oysters open, I'm not going to really do too much more to them. I'm going to just slice up some lemon, and then I'll just squeeze some fresh lemon over the tops of them. And I'm going to let these sit for a while I make the cheese fondue, and I'll keep them in the refrigerator for an appetizer. For the fondue, I'm going to start by taking some water and putting it into a pot where I'm going to cook some shrimp. I got a half pound of wild caught shrimp, and I'm going to take the shell off the shrimp. And you notice the shrimp are deveined. You can tell that by they're cut along the back, and the digestive tube is taken off. So we'll take that half a pound of shrimp and we'll cook them slowly on low heat for about 7 minutes. While the shrimp are cooking, I'm going to prepare the other things that are going to be dipped into the fondue. I have some sourdough bread that I'm going to chop up into cubes, bite-sized cubes. It's nice if the bread's a little bit harder. I'm also going to slice up some tomatoes into some bite-sized pieces, and I'm going to slice up some broccoli that I have too as well. I remove the cooked shrimp from the pot. I'm going to use the same water to cook the fondue in, so I'll fire up the stove. You want to get some fondue that's from Switzerland. There are several brands, but make sure it's from Switzerland. It's 2 types of cheeses, and it comes in a nice foil packet. I'm just going to stick the entire foil packet in the pot. That's how it cooks. And I've got my fondue influence, or the things I'm going to eat, all prepped and ready to go. So when the fondue's ready, I'm ready. I'm going to take a couple cloves of garlic and I'm going to crush them. Now, I don't want to chop them up. I do want to remove the outside cover. I'm also going to take some butter to a saucepan, and I'm liberally going to coat the saucepan on a medium heat with some butter. I'll take the garlic and I'm going to rub it around kind of somewhat vigorously all around into the bottom of the saucepan. Okay, well, the cheese fondue cooked, so I have these oyster appetizers, and they just got some lemon in there. And then I'm just gonna put like a drop or two of some hot sauce in there, and eat them up. I love oysters. Maine's got some of the best oysters, so these look really good at the grocery store. So let me check them out. Oh, they're fresh. They're cold. They're delicious. Wow, these were really good. They are absolutely fabulous. Okay, this is the last one. I get not liking oysters. When I was a kid, I remember being in a restaurant with my dad, and they were getting clams on the half shell, and I said, I want one. Well, actually, it turned out I really didn't want one. I didn't like them. But then years later, I had them and I liked them. So oysters I like even more. Delicious. The cheese has been cooking in the pot for about 10 minutes. It's ready to go. So I remove the cheese from the pot. Top's not too hot, so you can grab it if you're careful. And I use some scissors. I'm just going to slice open the fondue. I'm going to carefully pour it out. The cheese is hot, so I'm carefully going to pour it out into the fry pan and try to get all that goodness, cheese goodness, out of that aluminum packet as I can. You don't want to have the pan too hot, or the cheese will start to burn on the sides, and we just want to keep it hot enough so it stays melted. So you notice I keep it on a pretty low heat. We're going to spice this up a little bit with some black pepper. Again, all ingredients are listed down below, and some white pepper. Now, I thought I had nutmeg aboard or in the van, but I don't. Some nutmeg would be a really key ingredient, but I don't have it, so I don't have it. And I'm just going to stir this up a little bit carefully, but it's pretty much ready to go. So I got my veggies and my plate. Ooh, look at that golden yummy. Look at that. Ooh, deliciousness. I'm going to start with the shrimp. Oh, look at that. Let's go with the broccoli. Oh yeah. It's so good. Chunk of that garlic. Let's get a piece of that bread in there. I'm going to scrape around the sides to get that like crustiness along the sides of the frying pan. That's really the best part. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. I highly recommend the packaged cheese fondues. Very easy. Delicious. Stuff is so good. You know what would be good on is eggs in the morning. Like put this stuff in an omelet.